The dance of significance, a journey beyond meaning. In a world that is obsessed with finding meaning, it is easy to lose sight of the profound significance of our lives. We have been taught since birth to look for explanations, for reasons, for the why of things. But Osho reminds us that the whole existence is significant but not meaningful. This is a radical shift in perspective, a call to abandon the mind's quest for purpose and to embrace the heart's capacity for presence. Imagine a rose blooming in the quiet of a garden. Does it have a meaning? Does it exist to provide us with beauty or to serve some higher ecological purpose? From the mind's perspective, we can invent dozens of reasons for its existence. But for the rose itself, there is no meaning. There is only the flowering, the fragrance, the quiet unfolding of its being. It is significant precisely because it is meaningless. It is an expression of the divine play, the Leela that is life itself. We are like that rose. We are not here to fulfill a destiny or to achieve a certain goal or to justify our existence to some cosmic judge. We are here simply to be, to breathe, to feel, to experience the incredible tapestry of life in all its complexity and beauty. The mind, however, is restless. It wants to know where we are going and what we are doing and why we are here. It wants to find a narrative that makes sense of our experiences. But life is not a narrative. It is a series of moments, each one unique and unrepeatable. When we try to impose a meaning on life, we are essentially trying to control it. We are trying to make it fit into our narrow categories and expectations. But life is far too vast, far too mysterious to be captured by the mind. It is a mystical, irrational flow that defies our attempts to categorize it. When we embrace the meaningless significance of life, we are essentially surrendering to the divine. We are saying, I don't know why I am here and I don't need to know. I am simply grateful to be part of this incredible dance. This shift from meaning to significance is the essence of Osho's teaching. It is a call to move from the head to the heart, from the world of explanations to the world of experience. It is a journey from the past, which is rooted in tradition and dogma, to the future, which is open to the unknown and the mysterious. Osho says, the past cannot understand me, only the future will understand me. This is because the past is based on the mind's quest for security and predictability. It wants to find answers that are already known and to follow paths that have already been trodden. But Osho is a discontinuity with the past. He is a reminder that the true nature of life is one of constant change and evolution. The future, on the other hand, is the realm of the unknown. It is the place where anything is possible and where the mind's categories no longer hold sway. As we move into the future, we become more and more available to the mysterious, the irrational, and the meaningless significance of life. We begin to understand that the true purpose of life is not to find meaning, but to find ourselves. And what does it mean to find ourselves? It means to discover the silent space within, the silence shared in words. That is our true essence. It means to realize that we are not our thoughts, or our feelings, or our experiences. We are the consciousness that observes them all. In this silence, there is no need for meaning. There is only the pure, unadulterated experience of being. There is the joy of a bird's song, the warmth of the sun on our skin, the beauty of a sunset. These things are significant, but they have no meaning. They are expressions of the divine, and in our appreciation of them, we become expressions of the divine ourselves. Love, too, is significant but not meaningful. It is a significant but not meaningful expression of the heart. When we laugh, we are not looking for a reason or a purpose. We are simply expressing the overflow of our own being. We are sharing our own silence, our own joy, our own sense of significance with another. So, my friends, let us abandon the quest for meaning and embrace the dance of significance. Let us move from the head to the heart and from the past to the future. Let us be like the rose, blooming in the quiet of our own being, and let our fragrance be a gift to the world. Let us remember that the true purpose of life is to be fully present, fully alive, and fully ourselves. And in that presence, we will find all the significance we will ever need. We will find that we are part of a vast, mysterious, and incredibly beautiful dance, and that our only role is to keep dancing. The rebellion of the soul, living without why. 6. To live without a why is the ultimate rebellion. From the moment you are born, the society, the church, and the state begin to weave a net of purposes around you. They tell you that you must be a good citizen, a successful professional, a devoted parent. They give you a ladder and tell you to climb. But they never tell you that the ladder is leaning against a wall that leads nowhere. The Osho vision is a discontinuity because it asks you to drop the ladder entirely. It asks you to realize that there is no up and no down in existence. There is only outward and inward. The outward journey is the search for meaning, the accumulation of money, power, and knowledge. The inward journey is the discovery of significance, the realization that you are already sufficient, already divine, already home. Most people live in a state of constant tension because they are trying to reach a destination. But life is not a destination, it is a movement. It is like music. You do not listen to a symphony just to reach the final note. The meaning of the symphony is not the silence that follows the last chord. The significance of the symphony is the music itself, the gaps between the notes, the rhythm that makes your heart dance. The mind is a historian, the heart is a poet. The mind is always looking backward. It uses the past to project the future. This is why the mind can never understand a truly new thing. If I give you something completely new, your mind will immediately try to compare it to something old. It looks like this, or it reminds me of that. By doing this, you have already destroyed the newness of the thing. You have dragged it back into the graveyard of the past. Osho speaks to the future because the future is the only space where the new can breathe. To be available to the future means to be in a state of not knowing. It is a state of profound innocence. The past is heavy with knowledge, but the future requires a weightless knowingness. Consider the difference. Knowledge is a dead collection of facts. It is a library. Knowingness is a living, pulsating awareness. It is a clear mirror. When you look at a tree with knowledge, you see oak, chlorophyll, photosynthesis. You see a category. But when you look at a tree with knowingness, the word tree disappears. There is only a green, dancing mystery. There is a communion. In that communion, significance is born. The burden of utility. Our modern world is built on the principle of utility. Everything must be useful. If you sit silently for an hour, someone will ask, "What are you doing?" You are wasting time. To the utilitarian mind, sitting silently is a waste because it produces no commodity. It does not increase the gross domestic product. But the most beautiful things in life are precisely those that are useless. Laughter is useless. You cannot eat it, you cannot wear it, you cannot bank it. Yet, a life without laughter is a desert. Meditation is useless. It does not give you more money. It actually makes you less interested in the rat race. Ecstasy is useless. It doesn't help you win an argument or fix a machine. Osho's message is a celebration of the useless. When you are no longer trying to be useful to the society, you become significant to existence. You become a flower that blooms in the forest where no one passes. Does the flower feel sad because no one sees it? Does it feel its life is wasted because it wasn't sold in a shop? No. It blooms for the sheer joy of blooming. The mystery of the irrational. We are terrified of the irrational. We want everything to be logical, to be reasonable. But love is not reasonable. If you can give a reason for why you love someone, it is not love, it is an arrangement. You might love their face, their money, or their status, those are reasons. But true love is a mysterious, meaningless pull. You love because you love. There is no because. Existence itself is irrational. Why do stars exist? Why does the ocean roar? Why does the heart beat? Science can explain the mechanism, but it can never explain the mystery. It can tell you how a heart beats, but it cannot tell you why there is a beat at all. When you accept the irrational, you stop fighting existence. You stop trying to solve life as if it were a math problem. Life is not a problem to be solved. It is an experience to be lived. The moment you treat life as a problem, you have already missed it. You have become a technician, not a lover. The courage to be misunderstood. Osho mentions that he was misunderstood and condemned. This is the fate of anyone who brings a discontinuity. The crowd loves the continued. They love the traditional, the predictable, because it doesn't challenge their sleep. To live a significant life, you must be willing to be misunderstood. You must be willing to stand alone. The crowd provides a fake sense of meaning through belonging. I am a member of this religion. I am a citizen of this country. These are labels that give you an identity, but they also give you a prison. The future man, the Zorba, the Buddha that Osho envisioned, is someone who is comfortable in their own skin without the need for a label. They are not a somebody in the eyes of the world, they are a nobody in the eyes of God. And in that nobodiness, there is an infinite freedom. The art of let go. How does one enter this state of significance? It is not through effort. Effort is of the mind. You cannot try to be significant. You can only let go of the meaningless. It is like floating in a river. If you swim, you are using your own energy. You are struggling against the current. If you float, the river's energy becomes your energy. You are simply carried. Meditation is the art of floating in the river of existence. In that floating, the I disappears. And when the I disappears, God appears. Not a God who sits on a throne, but a godliness that permeates every leaf, every stone, every breath. This is the mystical quality Osho speaks of. It is not something to be believed in, it is something to be breathed in. The flowering of the future. As you move through your day, stop looking for the meaning of what you are doing. Instead, look for the significance. Don't just drink tea, become the drinking. Don't just walk to work, become the walking. Don't just listen to a friend, become the listening. When the doer vanishes and only the doing remains, you have entered the temple. In that temple, there is no past to condemn you and no future to worry you. There is only the eternal now, the vertical dimension where the rose is always blooming and the silence is always singing. This is the only motivation you will ever need, to know that you are a part of a beautiful, meaningless, and profoundly significant existence. You are a note in a song that has no end. Don't try to understand the song. Just sing. A new humanity. We are at a crossroads in human history. The old ways of being centered on conflict, competition, and meaning are failing. We see it in the anxiety of our youth and the emptiness of our successes. Osho's mystical, irrational approach is the only medicine. It is a call to a new humanity that values celebration over achievement, sensitivity over intelligence, being over having. Only when we value the rose for its beauty and not its price will we be truly civilized. Only when we value a human being for their presence and not their productivity will we be truly free. The future belongs to those who can live in the mystery. It belongs to those who are not afraid of the dark, for they have found the light within. It belongs to the rebels, the poets, the meditators, the ones who know that life is a gift to be enjoyed, not a task to be completed. Be that future. Be that discontinuity. Let the past bury its dead, and you simply dance. You simply bloom. You simply are.